Hello, my name is Carrie Van Dale. I am CEO and president of Van Dale and Associates, and this is episode number 1 for our YouTube channel. Van Dale and Associates was founded in 1993 as a training and development company. It is a woman-owned business enterprise. I felt it would be to your advantage to launch my YouTube channel by featuring my robotics team. And so today I've asked Grace, who is leading this discussion about how teaming worked on with this robotics team. They came in first at state and they came in second at Worlds. They're going to talk with you a little bit about what is meant by taking it on the chin. So Grace, I'm going to turn the mic over to you and let you facilitate this discussion with Charles and with Elijah.
Okay, so I know every year there is a different challenge for Vex Robotics. Can you describe taking it on the chin for me?
Okay, so the way I think taking on the chin is, I think this means that we should not get down when we mess up, that we should learn from our mistakes and keep going.
What I think of taking on the chin is that when we make a mistake, we can't just blame others and just be mad at them. We have to say it's our own. We have to say it's like our own fault if we mess up.
And why did you guys trust each other for this last challenge and all the years and times before?
The reason I know why we trust each other is because we need each other for completing the challenge and to make our team successful.
Why I think we all trust each other is because that when I first started, I was a little nervous at first, but when we started giving ideas to each other and we started coming up into a group and making our robot, I could feel that we trust each other, sharing our ideas and sharing our strategies and sharing our robot designs.
Everyone has a talent. What talent did you guys bring the team?
The talent I brought to the team was programming, driving, and building.
The talent that I brought to the team was strategist. My nana says that you may see me like standing around and I may look like I'm not doing nothing, but what I'm actually thinking is that I'm thinking of a strategy that we can do to help our team get more points.
And I'm just going to describe my talent real quick. My talent that I brought the team was STEM, researching and speaking for the team. Okay, so the next question is, what was the goal this year?
My main goal for robotics was that I would learn the best way to get the most points and get highly ranked at Worlds.
My goal for this year was that we would win Worlds, we would win our state, and we did win our state division. And then while we go to Worlds and we do the best, and we become one of the top best in the world.
How did you guys know that your goal was accomplished?
I know the goal is accomplished because in the end we got 7th place in the world.
I know that my goal is accomplished because we did our best in state and we won and we got ourselves to Worlds.
How did you guys try your best to encourage each other, even in the tough times?
I encouraged the team by staying energetic and keeping everyone happy.
I encourage the team by, even though when I don't agree with something, I always tell them to good luck and do their best because I know that I'm counting on them.
Describe your behavior on the team.
My behavior in the team was advocate because I stand up for my team when things aren't going well.
My behavior on the team, well, sometimes I be a little down because when I mess up, I feel like that I don't want to fail the team, but I always get myself back up, and then I always feel that we're gonna do this.
Everybody has a responsibility on the team. What was your guys' responsibilities?
My responsibility was programming and building and driving.
My responsibility was strategizing and building and then driving.
My responsibility was mainly STEM because that was fun for me. So, okay. How did you guys work together?
Our team worked together by using the method divide and conquer to get our jobs done.
By doing divide and conquer, we all had jobs to do. When we first started, it was me, Caitlin, and Cadence driving, while when Charlie and Cannon were building.
How are you guys friends?
I feel like a team is more than friends. We're more like family. We work together on problems that need to get done, like real world problems.
I feel like we're more than friends. Just like Charlie said, we are family, and we'll be friends forever. Maybe we'll do something together and we'll accomplish something big.
I feel like we're really good friends as a team. Okay, what does this mean? Focus on problem solving and plan of action.
What I think this means is how we're going to get this problem done and what is the plan of attack.
What I think this means is that we focus on what we're doing, and then we have to bring the action and show what our plan is.
I think this means I just go back to what my coach always says: be the devil's advocate. So even when you achieve something, you need to tell yourself, what could I have done better and what can I do better for the upcoming challenges. What team building advice do you want to give our YouTube audience?
I think that to find your strong suits would be the best idea, and then work from there to see how you can help fit with other people's talents on your team.
Well, kind of like Charlie said, I think that you guys should have a leader, and I'll give you instructions so you all do something that you're good at.
I think the team building advice is you need, like I did for my team, you need to find your strength on the robotics team. Even if you do want to drive, you need to do what's best for your team.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you, Grace. Thank you, Charles, and thank you, Elijah. And also thank you, Cannon and Caitlin, two of our other team members, and Cadence, who could not be with us today. I know we have a few minutes left, and so on the board you see take it on the chin and obey authority. I can tell you as coach, and Jeff as coach as well, he and I both have experienced very respectful children, very respectful kids who have taken it on the chin because we set them up to receive critique. And so I'm going to bring in Jeff and ask Jeff to share with you some of his observations of this fabulous team. Jeff?
First, I would just like to say that it's really neat to see how these kids, they're all different, and how they gel together to create a dominant team. And on top of that, you know, it was new for a couple of the players on the team. You had some veterans that had been doing this for a little while, and they really pulled it together. And then on top of that, being only the second year for the team, and at Leo, or at the robotics, group there, that it was just, they were able to pull together and compete against the highest level countries in the world that are, government backed schools and robotic teams, and they were able to compete against them from a small town, and a small town that had only had a robotics team for a couple years, and they had started it at the younger grade level elementary school, and then had moved up to the older 4th through 6th grade level elementary school, and they did it, and they kept reworking the robot. They were wanting to be motivated to improve it all the time. They would, the process of, we have a design that's scoring this well and competing at the competition, but then they were like, I want to rebuild the robot again. I don't feel like it's good enough. And they kept pushing themselves, even if they weren't being pushed necessarily by the competitions they were having locally. But they were looking at the big picture, and they wanted to be able to compete against those high-level teams. And so they would look at YouTube videos and try to find results from competitions in other parts of the world to see where they lined up and whether their robot was going to be able to compete even with them.
Yep. Jeff, let me ask you a question and about comparing. No, not really comparing, but what can a businessman, a businesswoman, an adult learn from this team?
I would say a couple things. I'd say one, that no matter the group of people that you have, uh, you can make it happen. If you really want it, if you truly believe you can do it, you can. If you say you can't, you never will. And this team just said, "I can do it. I can do it," and they kept plugging away. They didn't have, you know, a school that met every day to work on this problem and concept. They didn't have a class that was meeting every day and had multiple students that all they did was work on building robotic designs and meet every day to accomplish this task. They didn't practice driving a robot every day for the past year. Um, Let alone, and a robot that was the finished design at the beginning of the school year. They had to keep relearning the design to drive the robot they had, and so they kept just refining what they had. And I think that adults can do the same. They can learn from each other. They can refine what they accomplished and say, you know what? Now let's look at it again, see if we can make it even better, and look at what the top teams were doing, and then they try to implement that.
We also have two of our parents here, Ronnie and Gwen. And so I'll start with Gwen. Gwen, as a parent, what have you seen from Grace that is a result of her participation on this robotics team?
I think as a parent, the thing that I've been most impressed with is just how they tie in the STEM, the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And to see my young lady get excited about, seeing how the robot works and all the details that go with that has just been amazing for me as a parent. We never had anything like this growing up. And so just to see the kids that are coming out of this program, to get them excited about it is amazing as a parent. It's amazing to watch as a parent, and so I know it's just setting her up for her future. And all the kids on the team. I mean, everybody kind of had their different jobs, and it's just been amazing to watch as a parent.
Yes, I agree with you, Gwen. Thank you so much. Ronnie, what have you observed from Elijah's involvement on this robotics team?
I have observed Elijah's confidence in himself really, really rise. His encouragement of himself, and he is just very happy. He's always been a happy kid, but just the excitement of being a part of this team. I explained to Elijah how cool it was for me to watch that practice that one evening and watch each one of these kids take their specific leadership role and their strength. And it was cool to see. And they all built off of each other. So that's what I've observed. I think they have a wonderful team.
Thank you. Thank you, Ronnie. Awesome. Thank you, Charles and Elijah and Grace and Gwen and Jeff and Ronnie. And I send the thank you out to all of my other parents, and I send thank you out to Cannon and to Caitlin and to Cadence. And I want to thank you, YouTube audience, for participating in our first launch for Vandale and Associates. Contact me for any team building or other leadership train the trainer courses at 260-482-1744. God bless.